Hey my friends, my name is Ceres, and today in this video I'm going to share with you 3 things or 3 tips that I wish I knew in my 20s. So the first one that comes to mind, number 1, is take your time. This one is so hard. This one is one that I'm still working through in my 30s. So I know my younger self would have really have benefited 100% from just taking your time. And this would have definitely helped me be more present and recognize that we don't have to rush life. We're not guaranteed tomorrow. And you just learn to appreciate the little things. Like, that's where joy comes from. And joy is such a great emotion. It's such an elevated experience of living that like you don't need anything else in your life if you have joy, almost. It's like if you've ever experienced true joy and peace, I guess, there's just an element to life that you don't get to experience unless you go through hardship. That's what I've learned, is that through a lot of hardships comes joy. In the Bible, it talks about in Ecclesiastes that there's a time for this, there's a time for that, and there's a time for joy. There's a time for all these different emotions. Yeah, my younger self would have definitely appreciated taking more time. Number 2 is honor your interest. So this one was a big one for me, and I remember growing up thinking that my interests were just so weird. Specifically though, in my 20s, it was really hard to connect with people, and unless you shared the same interest, well, I guess there's not a lot of communication going on. So YouTube was kind of my main interest in my life at that point, and YouTube definitely allowed me to express myself, and I enjoyed being able to, express myself, but I never really honored the uniqueness in my own interest. And I think sometimes it's really hard to look back and see that, you have value in what you enjoy. It's hard to remember some of the things that brought you joy. Kind of goes back to the first point. If you take your time and really start to appreciate what makes you happy, what fulfills you, you honor yourself in that way, and you show yourself a little compassion in appreciating your individuality, and you also get to embrace your authentic self that way. So I think that's very important, and I wish my younger self in my 20s was able to honor herself in her interest a bit more. The third thing I wish I knew in my 20s is that you are not alone in this world. It seems kind of obvious, but a lot of times, especially growing up, if you're more of a introvert, or if you're more of a person who enjoys kind of different things that not everybody in society really approves of, it's harder to embrace who you are because you feel alone. And recently I've learned that, at least it seems logical to me, that if you are feeling lonely or alone, is that there's certain parts of you that you're not expressing your true self. And once you've truly expressed those inner parts of yourself, you would be surprised how many people actually not only enjoy that, they celebrate that in you. But it always starts within. If you don't appreciate yourself, if you don't honor yourself, honor your time, and see your own value, how can anybody else see that? So I wish my younger self would had given herself the opportunity to see the light that she has. But also I see she was doing it in her own little way. So that is also another thing to think about, is to look back and honor your own life's journey. It leads you to a much more satisfied and fulfilled life, but it does take courage. And one last thing I would like to say before I finish the video is that, younger you, I love who you are becoming, and I'm so proud of you for trying your best, even when things truly suck and like everyone seems like they're against you, the world, everything. I'm very proud of you for trying to stick it out and do your best, and I promise it gets better. It gets so much better, and you gain a lot of confidence in yourself, and you learn to embrace the downtimes. You learn to embrace the hardships, because they brought you your true joy. So I hope this was helpful, and if you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and comment below if you have any thoughts of what you found helpful for you that you wish you would have learned in your 20s. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day and realize that you are loved, appreciated, and cared for.